shapeshifter. What else should I be? Please don't take off my mask, revealing dark. Of calm, nothing left to be found. A mirror right in front of me, that's where I found an empty glass, reflecting that's a truth. It's telling words not to be told. I need that mask. I'm a shapeshifter. Masquerade, heart in both face and mind, all free for you to draw. I'm a shapeshifter, chained down to my core. Please don't take off my mask, my place to hide. How to see me? Just a cage of bones. There's nothing inside. Will it unleash me, burning down the walls? Is there a way for me to break? I'm a shapeshifter. Have no face to show. Please don't take off my mask, my disguise.
Alright, we're gonna get started. If you hear weird noise in the background, it's because some people can't keep it down. Anyway, we are back to Final Fantasy 14. I don't know who's running in the background. I got my goldfish. I got my energy drink, because I haven't had caffeine yet today. And I've been up for a little bit. So, dude, the fuck that person doing? Calm down. But yeah, let's get to it. Last time, we fought a guy? Yeah. And right? I may have forgotten. I may have forgotten what happened last time. There's a guy. He's trying to make everyone endless. Real Sphene is back in her cute little outfit. Way better than fake Sphene. Fake Sphene is dead. Again. Right? There are 10 quests to this patch. We'll be doing 5 of them. So, number 1. If you have a moment, Ryoyo, Geode wants to take stock in the current crisis. Oblivion may be lacking the finer details in certain areas, so we'd like you to lend your perspective on the conversation. Oh, and I think we have the key still, the hourglass thing, the cup thing. I like to think we do. Is it voiced? No! Geode, you bitch. I have no idea what he sounds like. Sorry to drag you into this meeting, but we need to get a better handle on the threats Alexandria is facing right now. I'm going to kill myself. There's so many gnats. I'm not going to, sorry, but like, oh my god, the gnats. Whoa! It's summer. I live in the south. So many gnats. In fact, put my goldfish on just in case. Not at all. Much has happened since the state funeral. I was like, what the hell are we saying? And a clearer idea of where things... There's a gnat. Hold on. Got it. It's like on my monitor. I just smacked the shite out of my monitor. And a clearer idea of where things stand would be beneficial for us all. First things first, then, let us discuss the state of the machine malfunctions. Oh, that's right, like, only... Galusha? The kid is supposed to have access to the army, and... the guy from the past has access to the army. Because he's like, I'm a hacker. I'm in. Or some shit, I don't remember. Every single sector reported instances of sentries attacking citizens without provocation, and vehicles suddenly becoming unresponsive to controls. And while these malfunctions were resolved fairly quickly, they nonetheless resulted in considerable numbers of injuries and deaths. Oh, what does vocal sound like? But haven't you heard anything about the new incidents since then, right? Right. No additional reports have been logged. As far as I know, that's the good news. Oh, as far as I know, that's the good news. The bad news is I tried to take control of the soldiers when they started hurting people, but they wouldn't listen to me, even though I have the king's authority. Oops. Once things calmed down, I was finally able to make them give up their weapons. But if it happened again, I don't know if they will ignore me like before. I think that's the voice I gave him. The King of Resolve's authority is about as high as there is. Who is this man that he can override with such impunity? Calyx. I don't know her voice. He lived in the age of the Storm Surge, as I did. Why his eyes look like that? Lest you forget, he was known for his achievements in electro technology, and it was he who established preservation for the purpose of furthering his research. The wasting disease which afflicted him, however, was said to leave him scant years left to live. Damn, it went away. He must have chosen to undergo It's back. Bitch, you better not land on me, I swear to God. I'm gonna rip my own skin off. Leave me alone. He must have chosen to undergo conversion into... Stop interrupting me! Into an endless. That he might continue his efforts into the present day. I don't know what Sphene sounds like. I know she's a British lady, probably. Preservation's early goals seem noble enough. Exploring treatments for Levin sickness, designing Everkeep's core system, and that sort of thing. Why harm the people? He was abstinent... That's not a real word. Remember, kids, when there's a word you can't read, it's not real, and you don't have to read it. Trying to help. I do not pretend to fully understand Calyx's motivations. Only that he appeared incensed by what he saw as mankind's failings. That's why it should be voiced. Also, please tell me we're gonna get her outfit. Like, I don't really care for the character outfits, because, you know, it's like, I'm not trying to be them. But her outfit is very cute. And I want at least the bottoms. I love shorts over leggings, man. No, stop it. He's asserted that the strategy of adapting our species through generational succession was outdated. The evolution it now requires us to forsake bodies of flesh and in favor of eternal preservation. We've already seen how he's employed the simulants to convince Alexandrians the endless conversion is their only hope for survival. Eternal life is assured for the 5,000 who registered their neo-regulators. But this is merely one part of Calyx's greater plan. He wants the key to interdimensional fusion. With that relic in his possession, he will draw ether from the reflections and expand his efforts to create endless 1,000-fold. Yeah, well, fuck that bitch. I don't even like him. He looks dumb as shit. If we mean to foil Calyx's plans, then our only option is to determine where he's hiding and put him down. Like a dog. Like a dog, like a mutt on the street. With a knife. Which unfortunately is easier said than done. I've been scouring. It's scour. The word is scour. Jesus Christ. This is the problem. I haven't read on, like, reading out loud on the spot in a while. Because Date Everything is a real spoil. Man, they have everything voiced. And I, for the most part, right? I'm very spoiled by it. Now I'm like, I've been scouring the terminal. Because I cannot read. Scouring the terminal we found in the depths of Everkeep, but I've failed to uncover even the slightest trace of his activities. Give me a little more time, though. I'm sure I can sniff him out. I'll help you! You are a child. Can you even read? While Galuja and Shill are working on that, I think I'm going to go take a look around town. I want to make sure that no new problems have cropped up, as well as search for any information that might lead us to Calyx. You're welcome to come along. Another malfunction could happen at any time, and I'd be glad to have some brawlers at my back. It's pronounced warrior? Count me in. Raha and the others are helping Oblivion patrol the other levels of the keep, so shall we stick to the streets of Solution 9? Sounds like a plan. Thanks, you two. I appreciate the company. I will speak with the cities and ministers. Yeah, I can read. About bringing the Landsguard. I want our soldiers around to protect those who are moving to Tuliolol. Alphino and Alize will be joining me for the meeting, so there's 3 of us who can cover the sector as soon as we're done. If I may. Oops, I skipped my own line. Sure, whatever you said. The more mouths to ask questions, the merrier, as long as you're aware of the dangers. Thank you. I'll do my best not to be a burden. Sphene's burden! Pretty sure that's what it was called, for the Savage or whatever. I'm more worried about you, Geo. Don't do anything stupid. Oh! Oh! Is that foreshadowing? Is he gonna die? You change your tune once we get back with goods on Calyx. Then the drinks are on you. It's foreshadowing. One of them's gonna die. Ah! Come on, let's continue this outside. So, I have a question about, like, there's a government. Like, an official government. And Galuja's part of it because he's the king of Resolve here, right? But he's hanging out with the secret super spies, who are not the government, that we're hanging out with. Are they now the government? I just don't know. It's a little confusing. Sorry, I was off in my own little world. Shall we get started? Are you alright, Geode? Me? I'm well enough, given the circumstances. It was the Queen's fondest wish that her subjects remain shielded from the horrors of death, and so they were for the longest time. Then the moment mortality once again becomes an unavoidable fact... Did I get it? Fuck. Am I just punching my monitor for no reason? They're greeted with an outbreak of bloody violence. Many are bound to give the endless alternative serious consideration. Indeed. And I do not blame them for that. It is only natural for such thoughts should come to mind. What I cannot forgive is the way Calyx wields fear and misery to manipulate people into making that choice. No one, not Calyx nor anyone else, should dictate how we cope with the specter of death. As one who lived as an Alexandrian, I wish to put the choices of this country's future back into the hands of its citizens. And you think we can handle that responsibility after everything you've seen of us? It is. It is what I've seen that has convinced me that you can. I awoke 4 centuries later to find our people living and laughing beneath Alexandria's banner. Though surprised and bewildered, I was overjoyed to see it. You all deserve to be happy. Well then. A true ruler would say that. We'd best not let you down. Now, I suggest we move as a group. We don't know if or when the battle might find us. Oh. I believe someone came prepared for just that eventuality. Is that the grimoire you retrieved from the old castle? I think I'm mixing these two voices up. Yes. My parents gifted it to me when I was a child. They were adamant that I should learn to protect the things important to me. I was fortunate enough to have a tutor in the arcane arts, so I lay claim to some small measure of skill. She's an arcanist! If that's the case, then it might be better if we split into 2 groups after all. It would certainly be more efficient for information gathering. I guess it makes sense. The 2 of you can take the west side of the recreation zone then. Ryoyo, and I will take the east. Hell yeah. We have split it by hair color. Blues versus not blues. There was another similarity and I didn't want to say it. Very well. We shall end our patrol on the plaza just past True View and await you there. I am mixing these two voices up. I think she's a little more somber. Alright, Geode, you're with me, NPC. Let's do the rounds then. We'll see what's what and chat to people we meet along the way. Pay special attention to anyone who looks overwhelmed or overly excited. Hopefully, that will earn us a tidbit or two we didn't know before. Yeah, I've never done an escort. Hello? Oh, we are going this way. I do like that hairstyle. Are the sentries and air wheelers safe to be around now? I just don't know what's going to happen again. And maybe next time I'll be the one who dies in a horrible accident. I need to get a Neo-regulator. Becoming endless is the only way. Even Queen's Fiend said so. Yeah, well, too bad she's not real. Hi. Discuss True View. Ah, the memories. I used to drink around here all the time. I made sure not to overdo it when I had work the next day, but once you were past the busy season, or when the ladies weren't amendable to my company, well, they'd have to scrape me off the street outside in the morning, or afternoon. The worst I ever got was on what should have been the worst day of my life. If only I could remember it. I was wearing a regulator back then. It was also the day I first met Shale, although I guarantee she's forgotten it completely. Something's gonna happen to one of these two assholes. Oh my god, you don't get to reminisce and then be like, okay, everything's fine. I see it. The writing's on the wall. You want to hear my story? Well, I appreciate you offering a sympathetic ear. There's not much to tell. If you must know, a good friend of mine died when those machines went crazy. His air wheeler dropped right out of the sky and he didn't survive the crash. Damn fool wasn't wearing a regulator. I know it's not so strange these days, but he never bothered with one. He was at peace with the idea of dying someday, and I thought I understood what that meant until it happened. Aw. Oh my god! It's the GPU! All hail the GPU! What has me in such a fine mood, you ask? Well, I've just registered my new regulator. I was leery of becoming nothing but memories at first, but now that I've gone through with the registration, I never felt more at ease. Also, once it was done, the regulator displayed the current numbers of 5,000 slots available. Only over 3,800 have already been filled. So if you're still hesitant, you ain't got much time to make up your mind. Mark my words, friends. When there's only a few slots left, it's going to be very ugly. Ryo-yo, a word. I feel like there was a new factor in these stories we've heard. One we hadn't considered during our discussion with everyone in the back room. If they weren't wearing a regulator, they couldn't forget. Yes, that's it. The vast majority of residents have always worn regulators, so it's not a detail we normally think about. When the supply of souls cut off, though, more and more people have been going without them. We need to look into the casualties of the recent attacks and check whether or not they were equipped with regulators. Let's ask around on the street over on the east. It was pretty chaotic at the time, but maybe we'll find an eyewitness who can help us confirm this was a pattern or not. Okay. Okay, well, let's hit the sprint button, because that's pretty far, actually. And the auto run. Oh my god, I've been playing games with auto run. And so when I was playing Marvel Rivals earlier, I instinctively was like, auto run. And then it was like, it pinged where I was, and I was like, oh shit, nope. That was not my intent. It was once my job to deliver goods by hover cargo. That's why I know a fair number of names and faces throughout the city. The little ones who would jump for joy when I brought them packages. The old lady who always greet me with a smile. I'd hate for anything bad to happen to them. Yeah? We're getting a little too friendly with this man. He gonna die. Hello. How are you today? Please let me know if I may be of service. City-wide casualty data unavailable. Government officials are currently processing reports of all affected zones. Can you narrow it down to the recreation zone then, or recreation zone? You must have some estimates on hand. Recalibrating parameters. Injured 87 individuals. Casualties 19 individuals. Casualties equipped with regulators 0. Holy shit! Oh. Gabbro. We'll talk to you later. I don't know what Gabbro is blue for. What's up, you little slut? I see those windows. Oh, wait, what's this outfit? This is... Sorry, I'm just checking you out. I don't know, that top is interesting. You wish to know if the people who died in the machine rampage were wearing regulators? I'm sorry, I wasn't assigned to cleaning away debris. But I was assigned to cleaning away debris. I didn't see any of the deceased. No bodies were present by the time I arrived, so I assumed the ushers had already done their work. I do remember there being patches of white dust scattered about, and that were quite a chore to clean up, but nothing else worthy of mention. White dust. I think it's time to rejoin Kryl and Sphene. I was half joking with my boast of Tashale, but we may have stumbled upon something major here. We should share our findings and keep pursuing this avenue of inquiry. Didn't Kryl say to meet in the plaza just outside Trueview? Let's get going. Yeah. So, targeting non-regulator wearers. I don't know what the white dust is about. Alright, I'll stop. Y'all like my singing? Nope. So, essentially you're saying that the people who were killed by malfunctioning machines weren't wearing regulators? Well, the number is still tentative and only applied to one zone. They don't know how they stack up against overall data, but this is definitely more than a coincidence. I think it's safe to say that anyone who had removed the regulator was a priority target. Now that you mention it, the person I was treating for injuries wasn't wearing one either. Oh, fuck. Stupid gnats. Gotta cover up my drink. I don't want to drink gnats. But why? Why are they being targeted over everyone else? To promote wearing a regulator? Guys! Based solely on the lack of neo-regulators, we cannot judge if a person has no desire to become an endless, or if they simply failed to acquire one in the limited devices. But those who wear no regulator at all, They have clearly rejected the old system of becoming souls to revive themselves. Put another way, they have chosen to live their lives and acknowledge that death is an inevitability. The chances of such resolute people would wish to become endless are far lower, I would imagine. And so Calyx has chosen those least likely to accept his vision as victims to stoke fear and panic. But there's no need to kill anyone. With the way things are, or were, the people were already fearful enough. He could have found 5,000 willing citizens without all this madness. You make a good point. Perhaps this is sowing the terror in service to another scheme, or he had some other need for the lives he's taken. He could be using it as fuel. What was the dust found at various sites? Right, the sanitation worker's story. She saw no bodies, but mention of piles of white dust. Dust, but no bodies. Now where have I heard that before? Do you recall when we went to save Aaronville from the sentries in the outskirts? The usher Malachi told us much of the same thing. Wait, what? I don't remember. When I arrived, I found no body, only a pile of dust, which the wind quickly scattered. Confused, I questioned the residents, but none knew of what had become of it. That both stories speak of missing remains is suspicious enough, but the shared mention of this dust is too much to ignore. In that case, we should confirm with this substance. Confirm? Oh my god. Sorry, my headphones. We should confirm if this substance was present at other sites and attempt to ascertain its nature. Following this thread may lead us not only to the explanation of the missing bodies, but also the intent behind Calyx's murderous actions. You got it. Oh, get a phone call. Galuja. Sorry, I just drank my drink. Ugh. So I'm drinking a sour black cherry warhead ghost energy drink. And I was told it wasn't that bad. But that sour is hitting my gums, man. That shit is making me, like, have a reaction. So, sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it hits just weirdly enough. And there is something going on in my head, like a headache, and I don't know what's going on with that. So, I might be a little distracted from body ailments. Oh, okay. No more drinking the drink for right now. Ryoyo, we need your help. I've lost control over the soldiers in the residential area. They may be trying to hurt people again. Oblivion members are underway now, but we need you to but you are close enough to join them? Let's go. We must return to the residential area. Damn it! Our new investigation will have to wait. Let's go. Wow, wow. It's voiced. Wait. What? A robot just attacked another robot?
Stay back! Stay away from me!
Leave him alone!
Why'd you just fall, dude?
Are you all right?
What happened here?
A sentry walked into my apartment, even though I'd locked the door and everything.
Oh my god, you're not even safe in your own homes.
I managed to run, but the man tried to save me.
No weapons, which is to be expected, considering all the sentries were meant to be disarmed. Yet it was ordered to attack all the same, even if that meant using its bare hands.
I'll leave matters here to you. I'm going to do a sweep of the surrounding area.
If Geo dies in this very moment, I called it. Swear to God.
Do you know anyone else in this sector who no longer wears a regulator?
Oh, I don't think I've seen Isadora and her boy with theirs recently.
Go to them, quickly! Wayakwe!
I'll be fine. But Isadora's in bad shape. Mother, please.
Damn. Just got her back? Like, got her son back?
Isadora!
Heal her. Please tell me you can heal.
Oh, thank goodness. She wasn't struck anywhere vital.
Oh. Dude, I was about to say, that is so fucked.
I'm sorry. If only I'd gotten here sooner.
Everything will be all right. I promise to make your mother better.
Thank you, miss.
She has a sister, and I'm very concerned on where her sister is. I don't know if her sister fights, but I'd be very... I'm just someone's gonna fucking die. I can sense it. It's in the writing.
Will she sleep like that forever?
No, not forever. She'll wake soon. I'm sure of it.
How did I not get it? So mad.
That's good to hear. Thank you for saving her.
Oh my god, the promise of tomorrow! It's the title of the patch, or some shit. Cute. They didn't always do that, by the way, like show the title of the patch. Forgive- oh, she's like way like high pitcher too. Forgive me, I was reckless. You shouldn't have to waste your time tending to my wounds as well. Did you see our other comrade back there? He stayed behind in the lobby, but I did hear sounds of fighting. I'm sorry. He must have fallen protecting the residents. Give me my money. Yeah, I don't really give a shit. Alright, number 2. Our comrade. You think he may have been struck down? If he is wounded or worse, I should go to him. Wait, please. It isn't safe, and you still need rest. Would you stay with Milos and watch over Isadora for me? I will tend to your friend. Thank you. Please be careful yourself. I didn't really get a pin on her voice, I'm gonna be honest. I hope she doesn't come back out. Alright, is Geo dead? If these two aren't dead, is Geo dead? Because, like, who else would be dead? Uh-oh, Geo's not back. Isadora is going to be alright then. I'm so glad. I've just finished my ministrations here. Our Oblivion comrade was beyond saving, I'm afraid. That brave soul. He gave his life to save another. He died protecting me. I don't understand why any of this is happening. The sentry was behaving normally like any other. Then all of a sudden it tried to kill me. Weapons or no, Calix's command over them to commit murder. I can read. Geode? No, he's not here. God, he's dead. Is it over? We came as soon as Wayake sent word. I want this outfit. I'm tired of these people having, like, uniforms and we're not getting any of them, right? Like, I know I said this years ago when I was playing ARR and I was doing post ARR because I didn't do regular ARR on stream, which I might go back and fix. Maybe. Anyway. And I was like, wow, the Crystal Braves uniform is so pretty because it's like a really nice blue. I wish we got one. Why didn't we get one? And I know, I get why we didn't get one. But, you know, you'd think we'd get one. Can we get this uniform? This probably actually exists. I am sorry. By the time we arrived, it was already too late. Hold on, it's back. Hold on. The gnat's back. Give me. Got it. That's number 3 for today. And I think I've only seen 3. If I see another one. There's like, the thing is about the gnats and shit, like, you know, they like being near sinks. Fruit fly, or not fruit flies, but sink flies and all that. There's nothing here for them in here. There's no liquid or sink to crawl into. Right? All my snacks are sealed up. I do have a trash can, but, like, it's clean right now. What are they doing? Crawling in my soda can? Oh, that's probably true, actually. Maybe I should get a trash can with a lid on it. Just, damn, I'm gonna be honest. The rabbits aren't helping. They are new. It was the first summer having them. Because I got them in February. So, they do love the rabbit's litter box. So that's not helping. I don't really know how to fix that, though. Besides killing. No idea. Unless I, like, literally throw away every single poop at the time it is pooped. You know? I don't know how to solve that. So. It is what it is, though. then Geode could be in trouble too. Once we have the radius locked down, we need to find a... See, I told y'all, Geode could be in trouble. But why? Has something happened? Possibly. We're not sure what, but he stopped responding to our communications. I fucking called it. I called it. I called it. I called it. I fucking called it. They were like, here's a little something to latch on to so you give a shit about Geode, and then we gotta yank them out of your existence. Yank. Rip them from us. We need to prioritize securing the residential sector, though, and at least until we regain control over the sentries. Sorry, I thought I saw another nap, and I was about to go ballistics. Then we should search for Geode. Agreed. I told you, ma'am. Agreed. Since most of Oblivion members have sworn off regulators, and as our theory holds true, they could be prime targets for the next attack. Yes, let's go! Please do what you can to shepherd the residents to safety, but avoid sentries at all costs. Thanks. Here, take these communicators. Yeah, let me just put it over my other ear. We've made modifications to them to prevent Calyx from intercepting our signal, and I've been using them to coordinate movements with allies in the vicinity. Wayake has one too, so I'll ask her to keep hailing Geode. Good luck and stay safe. Geode said he would sweep the surrounding area, so he shouldn't have ventured far. Let's get going. 2 Lalas and a human on a mission. It's the lady squad. Teen girl squad. Oh my god. My age, it's showing. You see no sign of Geode. Perhaps you should search further to the east. East? Oh my god, this place is huge. Could you imagine, like, a kid playing on this, right? And you're just, like, a kid, and your parents not paying attention, you're just like, what? Gone forever. Dead. Immediate. Deceased. You see no signs of Geode. Awake, his voice crackles forth from the communicator. Geode! Geode, answer me! There's no response. Perhaps you should continue to search further east. I'm on a mission. I need a hero. I'm waiting for a hero at the end of the night. Then I get copyright claimed. Because I'm such a good singer. Okay, where's his corpse? You see no sign of Geode. The neighboring residential radius would be the next logical place to look. Excuse me. Oh, Geode.
This is the only place left. Let them be safe.
Geode, are you there? Answer me, please!
I'm here. Sorry for the long silence. I've been busy.
Oh, you're alive! Thank the gods! Where are you now?
The radius next door. The lobby is secure. I'll scout the second floor. Then I'll join it.
Oh my god.
That dust.
Dust? What are you talking about? What's happening?
They're not just collecting souls. They're draining the bodies of corporeal ether. The dust that we saw was all that was left of the victims. They must have modified the soul cells.
Not this old man.
Shit.
You're using bullets? Oh my god.
Damn you!
Run.
You can't be here! You need to run, now! A trap!
Guys, I called it. Oh, come on, they're walking. Don't you know how to loop a killer? Don't turn your back on it.
Take care of the others, eh?
So dramatic. Could have just dodged. Roll under it when it... Oh my god.
No sign of him so far. This way, maybe? Geode!
Okay, before we continue, may I just say, from an artistic perspective, or a creative perspective, they're using the depth of field, like blurring the background to focus on the person, right? I said this when I did the Alliance raid that came out during this patch, obviously off screen because I was not streaming it, but like the angles they were using during those cutscenes and the depth of field, changing and usage of it was so good that it really pushes the cutscenes. Now, I think the camera angles were better in the Alliance raid cutscene that I saw, but I love how they are now just like actually doing like artistic choices to make the cutscenes like it brings them up to another level, right? And I can really appreciate that they have started doing that. So and maybe they have been, but it's more I'm just noticing it, I guess. It was really good in the Alliance raid cutscene. Okay. They just killed him.
A shame. I had hoped to leave here with at least one more cell's worth of ether. But seeing how eager you are to interfere, I shall cut this foray short.
So you're nickeling and diming souls and ether now? Jesus Christ, dude. Get a fucking
Alex.
job. Ooh, the music. like, I guess that's his theme.
What could you possibly stand to gain from these atrocities?
Ether sufficient to generate 5,000 endless. How would you acquire it?
She
How
wouldn't.
would I?
Until I have the key, the reflections are closed to me. Thus do I make do with the sources at hand. 7% of Alexandria's current population will yield the energy to convert 5,000 into endless. With 11%, operations could continue unabated for 800 years.
That's some Asian talk right there. With half the population, we could have a Zodiarch. And with the other half of the half, we could have a Heidelin. Fuck off, bro. Doing soul math over here. Once again, though, what's really upsets me about this whole situation is I have yet to get an explanation that if the souls are taken and not returned to the stream, will they never be reborn? Or do they have to wait longer to be quote-unquote digested, used up to return to the stream, and reconfigured into a soul again? I don't know. I don't like it. I just can't. It's like my fucking Roman Empire.
Our bodies are fated to decay sooner or later.
Yeah, so perish.
These ones refuse the gift of eternal life, so what difference does it make if I return them to Ether now?
So, he doesn't really care. It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. This thing of, like, this string of thinking is like, oh, I could save 5,000 people by sacrificing, like, 500 or whatever. I don't know how many people are in Alexandria, right? But my thing is, he's like, well, instead of letting them live their life, I could just kill them now and take it, instead of waiting for them to die. And whatever, right? And it's like, so you don't really care about the people. You don't care about the people of these 5,000, because if you did, you would care about the people, the humanity of these people, and let them, like, decay naturally, right? Or at least find an ethical way to put them down, right? Not just beat them up and absorb their body. Maybe, like, give them a VR set of the end of their life or some shit. I don't know. So it's not about the humanity of saving the humanity of these, 5,000 people. It's just saving... It's almost a numbers game. It's like, well, I saved 5,000 people. Do you even know them? Do you know who they are? Are they bad people, good people? Do they like you? Do they hate you? You don't give a shit. You don't care about the actual personality or the humanity of it. So why do you fucking... It just... If he's so detached from humanity, why does he care about saving 5,000 people? You know? If you don't care about the humanity of it, why do you care about saving anybody besides your own skin? If it's a numbers game, pretty much. Number go burr. You don't really care about what's behind the number, right? It's like, oh, 7 billion or 7 million people live in the United States. Right? It's just a number. You don't really think about 7 million people. It's impossible. Our brains literally can't do it. It's just a number. So for him, the way he's talking, the way he's going about it, it's just a number. I just don't see why put so much effort forward. Just save yourself. Just say you want to save yourself. Scientific advancement? Saving 5,000 people doesn't advance your science. You can find something else to do. You can experiment with some other shit. It doesn't make sense because he doesn't genuinely care about humanity. This isn't... Endless Fiend, at least, like, I could tell she cared about saving her people, and it pained her to do what she had to do, but she did it because she thought she had to do it to save her people. Right? It's like, if I kill that nation, they can't hurt me. I bomb that nation so they don't bomb my nation, because I care about my people. And that's more believable than this heartless dude who just seems to be like, number go burr, I saved 5,000 people, yay, go for me. I don't really actually give a shit about the people. Because, like, Sphene never sacrificed her own people to save her people. That's how... But he's like, I don't give a fuck about who gets killed. Only the ones who follow me are going to be saved. Doesn't really matter if they're my people or not. So...
I will not waste time and resources on meaningless conflict. This unit cannot offer you worthwhile resistance. Instead, I pose a question. Would you hand over the key if I promised to halt my harvest?
No. Now I'm petty. I will halt your harvest by defeating you. I have no need to negotiate with terrorists.
It was foolish of me to even ask.
Yeah, you're kind of dumb, aren't you?
I return to my work then. There is much to do if I must take the key by force.
Can we put him in a robot? God. What you thinking, Cryle? No words? Fair. That is a whole ass human. Poor. I knew Geode was gonna die. I'm kind of mad about this shit. I was really hoping they would prove me wrong. This pile of dust. These ashes. Anyway. Sorry, I got interrupted. On this pile of dust. These ashes. I already forgot her voice. And the soul cell he left behind. Was it his twisted way of returning Geode to us? Damn you, Calyx. Damn you and all your careless cruelty. That's what it is. That's all it is. It's just cruelty. It doesn't fucking matter who, right? He was our friend. Even so, some might even say every death was justified. Oh, I gotta turn this down. I can't hear myself. Even if it meant thousands of endless could continue in their immortal lives. And if a reflection stolen ether allowed for many more endless, why, that too would be a noble sacrifice for the greater good. Who could think like that? Not I. They have the same voice. I'm fucking... Certainly not I. Sorry, Cryle. I forgot your voice too. Aww. We know only too well there's not noble in this sacrifice. Was that a reference to everything we've learned up to this point? Was that a reference to the Asians? Sacrificing themselves for Zodiark and Hydaelyn? To survive? And that's why it was so, like, pained of them to say, or for Kryle to say that, and our pained look on our face? It is very, like, similar in places. Right? They didn't care who got sacrificed to Zodiark. Because the way Emmett... Well, it's different in this way, right? The way Emmett saw is he'd bring them all back anyways. He still hated... Right? When he found out that Hypholedeus had to be sacrificed. Right? He hated it, but he knew it had to be done. So he didn't stop any of that. Oh, I don't think I read that. Shit, my bad. And under no circumstance can we let the key fall into his possession. If it falls to us, we will thwart his plans here in Alexandria before he could terrorize innocents in reflections elsewhere. Number 3. We should return to the back room. Shale and the others need to know what happened. Yes, I'll ask Wayake to meet us there as well. I forgot how to say her name. My bad. Oh shit. Your stole is here.
Our dear Geode. The soldiers. If only I'd been able to control them.
This isn't your fault, Golulja. The blame lies with Calyx, and with him alone. It's all so senseless!
Her voice actor actually sounds familiar.
Why force his plans upon us when we're already happy? Living our lives? What does he even think life is? I'll never forgive Calyx for doing this. Or myself for being powerless to stop him. Wait, where are you going? To clear my head. Don't worry, I won't do anything stupid.
Stay here and get some rest. I'll make sure Nostalgia stays out of trouble.
Thank you.
Things would have been far worse if you and Geode hadn't rushed in there. Many people are still alive because of you.
Oh, the voice actor for Nostalgia also plays her sister as well. Sorry, I am looking it up.
And after adding what you discovered to the leads we've dug up, I'm hopeful we can determine where Calyx is hiding.
Oh. She plays some characters in Delicious in Dungeon. Sorry, I'm distracted. It's like fucking Delicious, or not, Jesus. It's like a Date Everything. Who's the voice actor? What they play? Do I know them?
But not right now. We need time before we can move on. Just a little time.
Oh, Geode.
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. This is a voice actor thing. I'm looking through the roles. Also, first of all, this scene actually, like, when it started and, like, they, start crying and stuff, I don't know why, I was just like, oh my god, I actually am upset. Damn. She plays, in Delicious in Dungeon, she plays the sister twin to who her and her brother work for the old couple of gnomes and that the dwarf girl goes to work for. But this is what I left at. In To Your Eternity, she plays the mole that Fushi turns into. That's like, yep, the mole. A lot of stuff I haven't seen that I know is actually like, oh, she played in Monster Prom too. Oh, she plays Nessa in Pokemon and Iris. Oh, that makes more sense. Okay, so, if you don't know, my time at Sandrock is one of my favorite sim games. It's a builder sim. That game caught me off guard of being one of my favorites, like all-time favorites. But it has a prequel, or it has a game that came out before it called My Time in Portia. So I was like, you know what? It's on sale. Let me give it a chance, right? I'm playing it right now. The character that just popped up in my game literally yesterday, she plays. Like, holy shit. So maybe I'm just like, click, there it is. I don't know, but that is pretty interesting. Oh, she plays the bunny lady from My Hero. There's another net. It's on my phone. Hold on. Damn it. Back to the screen. The screen is bright. The screen is light. The screen is God tier. You bitch. Anyway. Sorry. Just when a voice actor gets in my ear like that, I'm like, who art thou? There's another net, so I'm gonna put that on my can. Alright, why a kid? Wow. Okay. Nostalgia's sister. Another comrade gone. Some days it's almost more than I can bear. Geode was an older brother to Nostalgia and me. Shale knew him longer, though, and it's surely taking the hardest. And that's on top of what happened to Chikiwa. I think that's how you say her name. I forgot. Do you think you could check on her? See how she's doing? She's like to put on a brave face if it's me or my sister. What do you guys say about this? I assume you know better by now. I hope you're not planning to try anything alone. We're all here for you. Aw, that's actually kind of sweet. You stole her? being like, hey, we know you're gonna go do something stupid. Don't do it alone. Spoken with Woklamar, they cut their meeting short to deal with the aftermath of this latest violence. I'm told that the members tasked— I'm not doing the voices for this. Tasked with keeping residents safe turned with the body of their— I'm told that the members tasked with keeping the residents safe returned with the body of their comrade. They all risked so much. We made a swift patrol of the other levels and confirmed that Calyx has carried out a number of targeted attacks, all to harvest more ether, it seems. I got back control of the sentry. It's probably around the same time Calyx left. I'm sorry I couldn't stop him. Okay. Just wanted to see what they had to say about this whole situation. Apologies. My mind was elsewhere. We need to press on with the hunt for Calyx, but I can't seem to focus. I should be better than this, I know. As you said, you need time to work through it. You're right. I ought to heed my own words. As it stands, I am no use to anyone. Chikiwa used to say the best thing to do with grief is to let it all out. So I think I'll take myself over to Earth and Sky and say my goodbyes to Geode. Why don't you come along? I could use someone to blubber to if you've got a shoulder to spare. My shoulders are very small, but you can use them. Alright then. Let's get out of Everkeep for a bit. Are we gonna ride bikes? It's a fair trek on foot, so I've arranged a couple of air wielders. They've had their communication modules removed, so if Calyx shouldn't be able to seize control of them, say the word and we're off. Ready? We'll be flying close to the pylons, so follow my lead. Is this auto? I'm assuming it's auto done. Yeah. These air wielders are Ganalt's babies, so you won't find— I didn't read that. Oh, you won't find a smoother ride in all of Everkeep. For years now, I've been taking out one for a turn whenever I needed to lighten my mood. Sometimes Geode would come along too, and we'd end up racing. Does that surprise you? Our friendship always had competitive edge. We'd often talk about how one day we might fly our wheelers outside of the dome. I'm eating goldfish during this, sorry. Almost there. Be sure the ground is clear before you touch down. That helped clear my head a touch. You know, you might be the first person I've ridden with who wasn't an Oblivion recruit. As far as I remember, at least. The memories from my regular days aren't exactly reliable. Come on, let's head inside. Hopefully there'll be clear pests today. I'm about to switch to freaking Gather if it is not clear pest, because I don't want to deal with it. But yeah, they were laying it on real thick with Geode, and I was like, one of these two assholes is gonna die. Excuse me. Thanks. We can usually avoid such encounters, but sometimes they wander in and block the only path. Not that it slowed you down at all. I've never seen you fight up close before. And the surveillance feed clearly didn't do it justice. Hopefully that keeps the route clear for a while, shall we?
Whenever we lost a comrade, the three of us would come back here to reminisce. Me, Geode, and Kafkiwa. Will you raise a glass?
Oh! What are the two of you doing here?
I had a feeling you'd show up. Would you like to join us?
I suppose I could spare a moment. They tell us Oblivion's founders disappeared some decades ago under mysterious circumstances. And it was Kafkiwa who revived our organization. You and Geode helped her with that, didn't you? Tell us more about it. You're keen to know too, right? What they were like back then. The mad things they got up to. That sort of thing.
Those were the days. I still... Someone close to me.
God damn it. I did not mean to click through that. I'm gonna move everything away from me. And then I hit the fucking Windows button, so it tabbed out. God.
And also quit a long stint as an adapter to work at a bar of all places. It paid me to sit with patrons and keep them company. So Geode came in one night. It wasn't long before we got into an argument. First-time customer, but tempers flared. And then one of us threw a punch.
You got into a fist fight? What were you even arguing about?
Damned if I know. We were deep in our cups. I think we were both just frustrated and angry at everything. By the end of it, we were both sprawled out in the street. Pair of drunken fools. Then this odd machine stopped to lecture us. scolding us for obstructing the foot traffic and not taking better care of ourselves.
I can't imagine you ever being in such a sorry state. The odd machine, that was Kafkiwa, I take it?
That it was. Once she was done upbraiding us for our unseemly behavior, she launched into a recruitment pitch. Kafkiwa explained that she wanted to protect the outside world from Zoralja's invasion, to keep him from bringing ruin to the place her beloved son lived. And if we were so intent on self-destruction, then perhaps we might consider risking our hides for a just cause. It was a lot to take in. I hadn't given much thought to what lay beyond the barrier, and learning that Kafkiwa herself was already dead was enough to make my head spin. But Geode and I were intrigued by her ideas, and wanted to see this future of hers come to pass.
So she was dead for like a while. We're not talking about like she died towards the end. She was like gone for a very long time. Okay, maybe not a very long time, but you know, like, to be this elaborate of an organization already, had to have been years.
Geode often spoke of it. He told me that meeting Kafkiwa was what first taught him the value of remembering people.
Like he was sharing a holy revelation.
Oh, but back then you hadn't yet taken on Oblivion's name, had you?
Is that so? I just assumed.
It hadn't been Kafkiwa's intention to carry on Oblivion's legacy, nor adopt the cause your parents championed. Not initially, at least. She wasn't even aware such an organized resistance existed. She did, however, suspect the presence of other dissidents, those who objected to resurrecting the memories of the dead in defiance of the natural order. In the hopes of identifying like-minded comrades, we began searching the core system for traces of unauthorized access. And that's how we found it. An anomalous sector in the back of the Neon Stein. According to Melancholy, the door to that mystery had remained firmly shut since she took over the business.
The back room.
The back room. We forced our way in, only to discover that the hideout had long been abandoned. Although the occupants were gone, the equipment they'd left behind contained records of a group calling itself Oblivion. After reading through their exploits and their vision for the future, we made the decision to carry on their work.
Thus were my parents' and Kafkiwa's hopes bound together.
And carried onward by Shale and Geode.
We could never have made it this far on our own, of course. Not without the strength of arms you and your friends provided.
Tin can with a
Losing
handle.
comrades is a hard thing, but being here, thinking back on the moments we shared, I can see their smiles, hear their laughter. I feel their presence, and I know they're still with us. But these memories of mine are for me alone. Reminders of why I chose to do this, and why I'll stay the course. Right. Time we got back to work. Thank you, everyone.
No, it's me who should be thanking you. Though the pain is still deep, I don't feel like I'm drowning in it anymore. Let's get out there and put a stop to Calyx. For you, for me, and for everyone who's ever believed in Oblivion.
Neato. I appreciate you helping me through this. And not only the grief, but you've helped me see that my comrades mean even more to me than I realized. Which only fuels my determination. You're filled with determination. I'll be spending every waking moment working to bring Calyx to account for his crimes. I'll do my part, then you do yours. Oblivion needs you. Spell speed, skill speed. I guess skill speed. Alright, so I think that was number 3? It's time I went back to locating Calyx's lair. I have a new strategy in mind, but it remains to be seen if it'll aid in narrowing down the possibilities. I'll ask Kryl for help. I want to re-examine the data starting with that of her parents. After all, they were the first to break away from preservation and establish Excuse me. Little hiccups and burps. Establish and organize resistance with Oblivion. There must be something that can point us in the right direction. What are your plans, Ryoyo? Ryoyo, is that you? Apologies for calling suddenly. I've been making the rounds in the outskirts, and I cannot help but feel as though something is amiss. Might I ask you to join me? Your perspective would be most appreciated. I can wait until you finish attending Shale, of course. It seems the plans have been made for you. Go on. I've others to speak with before I return to the back room. Okay. Oh. Please tell me this is the exit. Yes, okay. Alright. I knew he was gonna die. God. Ryoyo, thanks for coming. As I mentioned, I would benefit from your worldly experience. Perhaps it's my imagination, but the townspeople appear to be acting oddly. That is, even considering the current state of affairs. As I am yet unfamiliar with the outskirts. I thought you might be better equipped to judge if their behavior is unusual or not. Would you speak with them and see what you think? Though I hope to be proven wrong. I fear something is not right here. Hold on. Well, that's a cute little, like, crafter getup. What can I get here? Wow. Nothing I want. Nothing at all. I just like the outfit. I wish you could, like, right-click an NPC, right? And be like, no. I want to be able to right-click an NPC and examine as much as you can right-click an PC and examine, Right? If I can examine the player characters' outfits, I want to be able to examine the NPCs' outfits. Alright. Oh, please tell me you brought more Neo-regulators. Officially, they've all been handed out already. But I've heard rumors that there were a few left over. Surely the government still has some? Or perhaps Queen Sphene? I may not look it, but I was a hunter once. Back then, I hardly gave death a second thought. Sorry, I thought I saw something. But now I know the truth. It's all I could think about. There has to be a way to hold on. Please, there has to be. Womp womp. Perish like the rest of us. We all die sometime. But we're all going to die eventually. Jesus. Greetings, I remember when you visited with Queen Sphene. Come check on our well-being, have you? Well, I can say that things are rather stressful out here as well. Without knowing if or when our machinery might turn murderous, the specter of death is ever present. People are terrified, and the clamor for Neo-regulators has reached a fever pitch. They're about to riot. They're about to fucking riot. They're itching for violence. I personally was fortunate to have claimed the new device early on. You better run! You better hide. I'm yelling timber! I've long since completed the registration. Death has no hold over me now. Now I must begin my prayers. The darkness draws close, grows deeper, and we must cast it out. Oh my god. It's a cult! Wow! Gorilla. Monkey. Return to monkey. Lalafell being held by this gorilla is pretty funny, though. You're not wearing a regulator. Don't you know the end is coming? Whoa! I think these regulators are ulting your brain. Well, it's your life to lose. Me, I got myself one of those Neo-regulators and registered a little while ago. As soon as I did, the display appeared showing the number of registered users. Right now, it's sitting at 4,168. The upper limit was 5,000, wasn't it? Seems like the total shot up right after those machines malfunctioned. It's only a matter of time before everyone's registered. A pity to those who weren't chosen, but I'm going to be an endless, and I'm going to evolve and live happily ever after. You individualist elitist scum. I ought to rip your tail off. Piece of shit. You know, I just had a really weird thought. I was like, wow, we're on the other side of the world. Doing all this fighting. You know what would have been really anticlimactic? Traveling across the world and catching a strange disease our immune system isn't used to and dying like Pocahontas. I don't know why I thought of that. I'm sorry. And then they were like, well, the Warrior of Light went to the New World. And then got, like, measles or some shit and died. Got scarlet fever? Yellow fever? Malaria? Malaria, there we go. So, what do you think? I was right to worry? Tensions are running high. Yes, that's exactly it. The people are overwhelmed by uncertainty and fear that each new registration, and with each new registration, the fear inside them grows more insistent. How long until it drives them to a full-blown panic? I'd say right about now. Alize, okay. Can you come to resolution? We've got a problem. I'm already here with Lamati and Alphino. I think that was my best Alize voice I could muster after not hearing her voice for, like, a year. It sounds like she wanted us to go in a hurry. We should go. Also, you know, I struggle sometimes to differentiate some of these voices. It's almost like I'm not a professional voice actor. What the fuck is this?
What's happened?
Who's this?
Sorry to drag you out here, but I thought it best you see for yourself.
Death is your constant companion. Though you toil with diligence, death may come ere your reward is bestowed. Though your grand works be poised for completion, death may come ere you wake the following morn. Though you enjoy a life of peace and good fortune, death needs but one instant to claim you.
Fear-mongering bullshit.
Your bodies are weak. Your heart, your brain, every fragile organ rolls the dice from moment to moment. Sheer chance deciding if they function or fail. Be you stoic or generous or righteous, no virtues tip the scales in that fatal reckoning. The choice is made without reason. The end is cloaked in terror. That is what it means to die.
The announcement began after we finished our meeting with Gossen. As for its source, well...
Calyx.
There is no shame in being afraid. It is that very fear which will drive you to conquer death. Let us set a new course for mankind. Let us preserve our existence unto perpetuity.
Y'all about to get fucking jumped. I don't know what you smirking about, but you about to get jumped. You're in a crowd of people who are afraid.
Wish for it. Pray for it. We will become endless. With evolution's brilliance, will we banish the ever-present darkness of mortality.
Change isn't easy. No one ever wants to take the first step. But this is the right path for us. What other way could there be? I'm gonna do it. I'm going to register.
Wow, Wuklemat! You couldn't have come at a better time. Please, you have to let us move to Tuli-Yolal.
It's too dangerous to stay here. Who knows when the next century will turn on us?
Even if we wanted to become endless, there are no more Neo-regulators to be had. Fleeing is our only option.
If the solution was as simple as leaving, then we'd all have left already. Did you not hear the announcement? For the living, death is a foregone conclusion.
Bro's about to experience death real soon, but to a mob. He better keep his mouth shut.
No matter where we go, or who we shelter with, we won't get another chance like this to overcome our fate.
Easy for you to say when you have that regulator.
The Landsguard are on their way as we speak, and arrangements have been made to see that you all will be safely evacuated. Tuli-Yolal will aid you in whatever way we can. So please, remain calm.
See, here's a little speed bump in Calyx's fucking speed run to kill everyone and save 500 people, 5,000 people, is if they just fucking leave, what you gonna do about it?
I want to help Alexandria. I want to save its people. But what can I do? I am not their queen.
Who is in charge of this place now? It just feels kind of leaderless. You can't tell me Galuja because that shit's a child. that y'all are like, yo, we still got the sentries. Why don't you just delete them from existence? That'd pretty much solve all your problems, yeah? Scrap them? Hey, fucko, you little weirdo. My apologies, the sun is not responding to any of my attempts to change the display or switch it off. What do you even do here, my guy? What do you even do here? Like, you seem more worthless than that red panda that I carry on my head. Cute. I mean, you're not cute, but cute. But don't do nothing. Existing, but don't do nothing. Jesus. Alex has access to the core system, which means that if we... Okay, Blanket, you're gonna have to stop pressing the enter button. You're pissing me off. Which means if he chooses to do so, he could deploy the soldiers beyond the barrier. I'm good at reading. Yeah. I'm very bad at reading. I try my best. Even if our people learn to live with death and decide to leave the dome behind, they will not be beyond his reach. Well, I don't know about that. There's a really good guy, like there's a guy who's really good at jumping that's kind of somewhere in the deserty area. I don't know. We mislocated him. I don't know where he's at right now, but I'm sure he would choose to jump on some soldiers if given the chance. He's really good at it. He kind of like stopped an entire invading force while we were pissing around in here, you know? He just like jumps in random holes and kills shit. I don't know, man. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy that like Stinian just walks around. just that statement right there. This man is like, well, I guess I'll just go over here right now. Oh, look, something to kill. I mean, I'm gonna jump on that. He's like fucking, oh my god, what's his name? Steve Irwin, where he's like, oh, that's an angry croc right there. I'm gonna stick my finger up its bum. It's like, I'm gonna jump on it. I'm gonna make it mad. Any threat. Gone. The only threat that a Stinian can't beat is being swindled with money. If it involves money, it's just not a battlefield he can win. Don't let him near the Pelu Pelu. It would be over. Anyway. But yeah, he's like the only character that really like stands up to the Warrior of Light, as in like athletics wise. It's kind of insane too. Right? All the other Scions kind of need each other to be good, or like, you know, to withstand what we can withstand on our own. Estinian just... whatever. We're like, oh no, everyone's in danger. Shows up, nobody's in danger, we're all pretty cool actually. Why? Well, that guy just jumped on like 500 ships. Just moited everyone. Ugh. What a crazy fucking character. He was so strong, they had to take him out of the story. Look at him, he's nowhere to be found. Just when they need him to be strong enough. Yet, if it serves to allay the refuse even a little, I beg you, Wuklamat. Please, let them shelter in Tuliolol. We will welcome any and all who want to come. We've already begun evacuations, and we'll be able to pick up the pace once the Landsguard arrive. Does that mean Bakul Jaja is going to be here? Because he's kind of like dealing with an Alliance raid. He got a boo-boo on the Alliance raid. I think he's fine now, but I don't remember. In which case, we had best spread out and keep an eye on the crowds. The mood is tense, and we must prepare for any possible violence. If you happen to be... Sorry. If you happen to determine where Calyx is hiding, though, we'll be ready to move at a moment's notice. Surely we'll find a clue to some kind soon. He can't elude us forever. I don't know why I'm making that noise. Probably because this drink is sour as fuck because it's a warhead drink, and I was told it wasn't that bad from a person who can't stand sour. What a liar! Violence and fear. It is not the future she envisioned for her nation. You mean Sphene? Sphene right here? Alright, I want to say this is number 4. The problem is there's no list, right? They're all... I guess I could look it up too. On, like, in the game. Of how many I've done. Duliola will gladly welcome every last Alexandrian with open arms. But what of the nation the But what of the nation the late queen was so desperate to preserve? What of the bright haven of peace and laughter? Oh, Clement. I have a terrible voice, and it's all this streamer's fault. I won't stand here and let her legacy be sullied any further. Yeah, you really haven't had an active role in the last, like, at all. I will protect Alexandria, and what was promised I made... that was the promise I made her at the last. But she betrayed you, did she not? Why do you feel this obligation? I saw myself in her, I suppose. We both felt the people's joy as our own. Yet alone, we lacked the strength to protect them. There is so much that I love in this world, too much for me to take in my arms and keep safe. And that made me afraid. I needed someone who shared that love and fear, so together we could do what we couldn't by ourselves. Or maybe it's simpler than that. Maybe I just wished that we could have been friends. So, when she turned on me in her final hour, desperate to safeguard Alexandria's future, I swore I would see it done. In the end, I think you both found a friend you needed. I would be yours as well, Sphene. Whenever you fall or struggle to rise, I will come running to the rescue, and you do the same for me. That's how we protect things that we love, and how we'll protect Alexandria. I'm sorry, Wooklamat, I am so bad at your voice. You're right. You're right. And don't forget about me! No, this is their moment. Don't fucking interrupt. Let the lesbians chat it up. Why did I drink that? It's so sour. Oh, it gets worse when it gets warm. Oh, it's been out for like 2 hours. Oh, I'm dying. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna keep drinking it. There's still a little bit left. Right. We got a bit sidetracked then. We should probably be on our way. Do we patrol? Or see if Cheryl needs a hand? There you all are! I'm really good at Galuja's voice, actually, I think, at least. Galuja! Ah, splendid. We were afraid... Whoa. Too many R's are trying to roll in a terrible way because I can't do the utter roll. Ah, splendid. We were afraid we would miss you. Elise and the others said you were here. I am fucking up going between those two accents. Good news, Ryoya. We finally found a chink in Calyx's armor. We discovered laboratories in Everkeep's 10th floor that once housed the Preservation Initiative. Excuse me. If you heard that, I burped. Containment Complex 1029, it's called. And it's been falsely registered as a distribution center. In reality, it hasn't recorded any traffic in decades. We don't think this is where Calyx is hiding as much, but it may as well contain clues that will point us in the right direction. I'm sorry it took so long just for us to get this far. If you're interested, what do you say we go and check it out together? Yes! Thank you all for your hard work. This is a huge step forward. and up. I forgot his fucking voice. We need to take the lift to get to the complex. We've cleared this expedition with the relevant authorities and have one of our people waiting to operate the said lift. Let's not keep her waiting. I love how it's like, I'm good at Galuja's voice, and then immediately lost it in the next instance he spoke. I'm so good at this game. It sounds like we're about to go do a dungeon. That's fun. Also... Don't worry about that. Don't worry about it. Bam bam. Banam banam. Not post Endwalker. Hello. Okay. Hold on. What's it actually called? I should still have it up. It starts with targeted tragedy. Okay. So targeted tragedy 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're on the 5th one. Alright, so we're gonna finish this quest and that'll be it for today. Once again, it seems kind of short. We're only in 2 hours, but you know what? I don't mind a short stream because I got other shit I want to do. Where am I going? Not towards that crying lady. Ugh. Y'all like that? Thanks. I thought it was great too. Was that good for you? Oh, it's right on the other side. Is this a dungeon? Underkeep is over here. Oh. Bruh, is this another dungeon? Ready to head on up. Next up, the 10th floor. Proceed. A cutscene. Oh my god, a cutscene, y'all. Anyway, this whole game is a cutscene.
So this is one of Preservation's laboratories.
It's so dark, I can barely see.
Oh my god, I'm done with the sour drink. It's over, it's gone, it's in the trash. God, I'm never buying that. I didn't buy it, so. It was given to me, and I would never buy it myself. Is Shale gonna die now? No, I'm kidding.
Just a moment. If I can reroute the power to the circuit.
You got the lights working!
I told you I could do his voice well. That's exactly what I sounded like. I'm a little kid! Yay!
Smell how stale the air is. This room hasn't been in use for many years.
It was thanks to Kryl and Galulja that we managed to locate this place.
You may remember that my earring contained the control code for the gate to the Golden City. As it was Preservation that constructed the portal, we reasoned that the code to operate it might include a signature of some sort, unique to their organization.
I don't know why our character was shocked, because Kryl is actually, you know, learned or some shit. Runs an entire...
I took a closer look, and a line-by-line examination yielded a string of symbols identifying the code's author.
Like, she literally runs an entire sector of a school country? Like, come on.
We then began accessing the nodes for every door in Everkeep, seeking out control codes which contained those same symbols. After a grueling search, We finally discovered our prize behind door number 1860, the entrance to the facility in which we now stand. I'd probably still be at it if Galulja hadn't been around to assist me.
I took breaks, but Shale never stopped working. Not even once.
What do you even know? Can you even read? You're like 5. This scene looks really good. I don't know, I just like how the light's reflecting off of things and not things, and I don't know. Sounded like you needed to take one of Jenelt's energy tonics.
Those concoctions would probably do me more harm than good, but I appreciate the sentiment. In any case, this next part will require your helping hands.
We need to spread out and search for something that may lead us to Calyx. We're more than happy to help, of course, but I wonder, won't he realize we've found this place?
It's highly likely, and personally I hope he does.
Yeah, bring it, bitch. You all know our main objective. We're here to pick up on Calyx's trail. And I've learned of a certain device that should help us to do just that. I'll explain as we proceed, but according to the information I was able to dredge up, the device in question should have been installed in the director's office. Now, as far as where that might be, yes, this map matches my data. The room we're in is the Researcher's Commons, located in the western side of the complex. The director's office is in the northeast of here. Okay. So we should just cut across the sorry, it's Sphene. So we should cut across the circular chamber in the middle, yes? Oh, yes, we should, but unfortunately for us, the interior door is locked. We need a security key to appropriate clearance to open, with the appropriate clearance to open it. Judging by the mechanism, it should probably take a card of some kind. And can't you know, work some electro magic? I'll try my best, but this type of lock is well before my time, and it may take a while to crack it. In case I can't, you might want to look around to see if anyone left a security card behind. Considering the state of this place, it doesn't seem like they abandoned it in some haste. It does seem like they abandoned it in some haste. It shouldn't be surprised if we found one. Very well, let's get searching, shall we? Short stacks! Let's go! I expect we'll have the most luck looking in where the researchers kept their personal belongings. I miss my kids. I miss my wife, Tails. Same mood. I miss my kids. You begin searching the container. Helpful hints will appear in different colors. Pay close attention to the information provided by your comrades should you find yourself unable to proceed. Wow, really? Too bad. Oh, I can't pause. Too bad we're going to, BRB, because I gotta go pay. Alright. Okay. Sorry, I also had to feed the rabbits because they get fed at 10, and hey, I didn't realize it's actually exact right time, but I knew they need to be fed. Alright. You know what? I'm just gonna go look at the notice. I want to look at all of it. A few incidents, no, indecipherable notes remain pinned on the book. I know, I just want to see if I could. Paperwork, like literal paper. Okay, so it's not gonna give us extra information, huh? The recycling bin! Hoping to find some card-shaped rubbish, but it appears to be empty. Wow. No, I know. Stop it. I wanted to be a dork. Okay, half-open drawer. Appears to be the only desk with the drawers open already. You could tell at a glance the desk former owner left some things behind. Oh, this could be what we're looking for. Try it on the door and see if it opens. I like looking through all the things. I should have gone to the desk organizer. Scanning device, yep. Oh my god, why do I have so much shit? I think that's all the hunt log stuff. Not hunt log, but hunt marks. You hold the card-shaped object to the scanner. I need uppies to get to the scanner, please. It's open! You did it, Ryoyo! Yeah, I'm like good like that. Good thing that, and a good thing too. I was getting nowhere with that outdated circuit. I am curious though. Why would they abandon a facility like this? It was run by Director Demetrius, or so the terminal told me. Perhaps there are more answers to be had once we venture further inside. Then let us continue onward. The door to the director's office is across the central hub. But let me guess, we're gonna have to go to all the rooms to find the director's office key. Yeah. Yeah. You hold the level 1 security card up, but the scanner seems to be disapproval. No good? Maybe we need a different card. Yes, the scanner is demanding a level 3 security clearance to open this lock. As much as the delay chased me, we must have to comb through the nearby rooms and hope to stumble across the card we need. Let us search in the proto lab. The door is already open, at least. We'll find our way through together, Shale. I'm sure of it. Oh my god, it's just a bunch of ladies in this team. Teen Girl Squad! What's her face? So-and-so. Forgot what the first one is, and the ugly one is the last one. Oh, I guess I have to talk to Svein. The way this room is set up, the canister inserted into the large device looks like a soul cell. Could this be where they conducted experiments to create the Endless? But we could probably spend days investigating this complex. Finding a way into the director's office must take precedence. Speaking of which, Galuja mentioned the locker over in the corner that couldn't be opened. Perhaps you could take a look. I am Strunk. But I'm going to look at the data tablet. It appears to be a researcher's data tablet. Skim through the entries. Today I began my employment at Preservation. The organization was unfamiliar to me, but when the recruitment letter arrived, I had a gut feeling this work would be far more fulfilling than any orthodox medical practice. My instincts were correct. Master Calyx's philosophy is a refined ideal of notions I have never vaguely entertained. The mankind must evolve beyond the shackles of his flesh and blood existence. I had a meeting with the director Demetrius today. I've heard others praise his genius intellect. Yet he seems to be a guttering candle in comparison to Master Calyx's blinding brilliance. This morning I was permitted access to the top floor and observe the workings of living memory. As predicted, the shortage of ether requires to sustain the Endless is reaching a critical levels. Yet Queen's Fiend insists on continuing her ineffectual failing. Our our Lalafell colleagues, including the Proto-Lab Chief, may have been behaving in a decidedly suspicious manner of late. Should I report my concerns to the Director? From tomorrow, I have been assigned to assist with the research project in the Dawntrail lab. We are secluded to conduct a major experiment, in details of which I have been kept ignorant. It would seem prudent to back up my memory data. You have reached the end of the entries. Yeah, okay. I don't have. Do I have to talk to them? Okay, I guess I do. Must be about research that they did here. Let's take a look. Experiment 148, submitting inference candidate 201-930 to be considered effectively a produce review? Oh my god. Hold on, it's sticky note time. What the fuck is this shit? Give me. I don't even need this sticky note anymore. I'm done with that game. Maximum value of 1509 recorded. Comparative study to be included in the report. Alright then. 9834. Okay. Oh, and one more. Experiment 163. New proposal produced a result of 9834. Deceased value verified. Well, I have no idea what any of that means, but maybe it'll make sense later on. Wait, I didn't get the first one. Oh, shit. 2019. I thought they would only be one number, so I was like, I got this. Nah. They got me doing a whole fucking thing, huh? It looks like it all looks so complicated. I shall have a ask Shell how to use these machines. Please excuse my impatience. The means to track down Calyx are close, and I'm itching to get my hands on them. Okay. I'm assuming it's one of these codes. I dug through the data tablet and found a journal. I'll read it to you. The result of experiment 158 has shown marked improvement in ether extraction rates. At last, we have achieved the exact value set by the Master Calyx. Though I will become endless, and per our ascendant protocols, I will preserve this historic number along with a few remaining worldly effects. Ah, so that's the number. Uh-huh. Oh! Select the number keys on the pad to continue the combination. Enter up to 5 digits. Well, that's only 3 digits. Okay, so we're gonna try the 5-digit one. 11509. This is really cool, actually. Oh! Locker pops up, and inside you'll discover this. I gotta sneeze. Hold on. Alright. Luckily, I can mute. You got the locker open. And you found another key card. Oh, but does it say level 2? We need level 3, didn't we? Yes, but this should open more doors for us to explore. You did well. These preservation members led such surprisingly normal lives. Leaving notes, losing their cards. I guess I imagine them to be more, what's the word? Bloodless? Mechanical. My parents were once part of preservation, if you recall. It would seem that researchers who agreed with Calyx and his philosophy underwent a conversion to endless entities. But I assume those who could not, or would not, eventually left the organization altogether. Oh, I almost forgot. The researchers kept journals on the data tablets. The one I read doesn't explain much, but something big happened in the complex, and afterwards it was decided that everyone would become endless. The writer was really happy about this. You could tell how much they admired Calyx and his work. The entry ended after that, but you maybe read more of the other tablet here. Right, let's move on and investigate another room. Well, we have the Dirta Lab and the maintenance facilities left to search. Both have access via southern blah blah blah. Sorry. So it's back to the hub in the locked room across the way, which will hopefully yield more before our new security card. I'll take the old one, if you like. I doubt we'll have any more use for it. Yeah, get the shit out of my inventory, dude. My inventory's full enough. Alright, so I'm assuming 1858 is going to come up in the next room because he was part of the other lab. Yes, it opened! So, where should we go first? The Data Lab or the facilities? Let's start with the lab! Yeah. Oh, really? You want me to go that way? Oh, dang. Oh, no! I'm going the wrong way! Ah! What the fuck is this shit? The circle goes in the square hole. The circle goes in the triangle hole. Shale, there doesn't seem to be any powder here. No, none at all, which is possible. The energy supply for this room is a separate conduit, which means there should be a contingency. Look here, the sign above the card scanner. In case of emergency, backup power can be rerouted from facilities. The facilities room is down the other branch of the corridor. Let's see about getting the power restored in the Dirta Lab. Okay. Back to the other way. Engaging power supply? No good. It's returning an error. There must be a preliminary procedure. According to the error code reference, the power supply has been interrupted for an extended period of time. Then we'll need to reconfigure both the emergency generator and the circuit control panels. Shale, that's the emergency generator over there, isn't it? Yes, by the looks of it. It's the same model as the one used in Heritage Found. But how does it send powder to the other lab? I see. The energy cable attached to the base of this terminal leads down the hall directly to the Dirta Lab. Which means we need to find a way to connect the generator to the cable. What about these patterns on the floor? Would it be a circuit we need to reconfigure? Oh, they probably turn. I believe you have a right of it. Using the control panels set to each of the tiles, we create an unbroken path from the power to follow. What I wouldn't give for an instruction manual. Indeed. If you could look around for any written procedures. Damn, I hate stealing. I'll keep digging through the terminal's directories. Might I also ask someone to operate the generator? Sorry, I had to clear my nose. I could do it. I could do it. I'm not British. I'm not Alpha. I'm not a British child. I could do it. I've seen... Damn it. I'm stuck in British? Fuck. I've seen these types of machines before. There we go. Then, would you be willing to try and reconfigure the circuit path? The rest of us can help by supplying with whatever information we might find in the blah blah blah. Thanks. You're my hint system. I actually like doing these little puzzles. This is kind of cute. Okay, you must arrange the four tiles in the correct position to access the control panel. Okay, so... Wait, shouldn't we turn it? Northwest controls. What? Oh, because this is northwest? What? What? Oh, shit. I think this needs to be circle. Damn it. Square. Okay. Circle? Okay. And then... There's only one left, so let's try it. Triangle. Diamond. Ah! Jesus! I got jump scared! That was rude. It worked! We did it! The Dawntrail lab should now be fully powered. Well done, everyone. If I may, Shale, could we access a certain data log before moving on? I was checking the storage shelves and one of the labels caught my eye. Preservation. The Early Days, it's titled. Of course. It'll only take a moment to bring up the contents. Ah, it looks like a text-based account. I'll read it out loud. You mean I'll read it out loud? Alright, I'm not doing a voice for this. Preservation, an Alexandrian Institute for Technical Development, was found by Calix, an 11-year-old boy prodigy. Approval for establishing the organization came during Alexandrian's involvement in the Storm Surge, with Calix's design for new defensive solutions funded in large part by the Treasury. As the conflict grew in intensity and casualties mounted, Calix funneled Preservation's resources towards the perfection of memory storage. Research into the field continued even after the Storm Surge came to an end, and Calix eventually electing to preserve his own memories in the vital domain. So this is the account from before he embraced his endless existence, hundreds of years ago. I met him once, before the Storm Surge began. I was attending my father, who was then the reigning king of Alexandria. Calix could not have been more than 10 years of age, and required constant treatment for his debilitating... Anyway. His illness that made him feel bad. Yet still, he published theories so highly regarded that even the royal family was aware of his achievements. Life should not be lost to the injustice of death. Even now I can hear the single-minded will of behind his words. So it was that when the war came to our kingdom, my father was quick to commit his unwavering support to the somber youth and his proposals for preservation. Several years later, The ensuing violence brought the death of both my parents. Overwhelmed as I was by my sudden succession to the throne, I suspect they spared me their reports of endless research and other less urgent matters. So you had no way of knowing what kind of person Calyx was changing into? Did he change? I wonder. Perhaps he was ever been the type to value ideals over compassion, and I failed to see it all. My God, I'd like to learn how to read, please. And I failed to see it at the time. I don't know what her voice is doing. Or perhaps he did change, but it's still driven by those same deeply held beliefs. And mortality is cruel and unjust, and his role to deliver mankind from his fate. Their fate. Whatever the case may be, we cannot allow him to shape our future. Let's press on, shall we? Yeah. We get it. He's, like, sad that he has to die, and, like, instead of just, you know, preserving his own life, he's forcing other people to do the same exact thing. If I've done my job correctly, the door to the Dawntrail should be accessible now. I'll give everything a once-over, just to be sure. Let me in. Bloom. The energy current seems to be stable enough. Still, you should let me handle this one. The security card, if you please. Oh, and be quick. And a quick prayer that the shorted wire doesn't burn me from the inside out. Oh my God. Oh. No, that's so unfair! No, that's the 5th one! Calculated evolution. Oh, you cruel bitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, you suck. Oh no. Oh no. No, we're gonna stop here. We're gonna stop here. That. I have to wait till tomorrow. I know if I continue, it's gonna be really awkward. I could do 6 today and do 4 tomorrow, knowing there's probably gonna be a trial. And a dungeon. Alright, oi, fuck it. If the trial and or dungeon, if there's a trial, I know there's a trial or dungeon, I don't remember which. But if they're in the next one, we'll stop before it and do it next time. If there's not, oh, let's just do one more quest. I know there's something behind this door now. Right, I'll get this door open. Nothing? Smooth as silk. Let's head inside and see what awaits. Yeah? That easy? Oh, it's not that easy, is it? It's never that easy. Gods above! Isn't that? That wasn't Crow's voice at all. Wait, don't I have the cup? The key to the interdimensional fusion! Looks like the schematic. It looks like to be a schematics on the monitor. And they've used it to make another key? Oh, that's Wukalamat. And they've used it to make another key? But isn't it missing the shard inside? Like the one Ryoyo has? The twisted orsite? Ah, we may have been laboring under a misconception. The key is originally... a Milala relic. Once the treasure came into its possession, preservation began working to harness the power across dimensions. Aside from the crystal, we can see that all of the vessel's components were constructed here. What the fuck voice am I giving Kryle? So what might that tell us? But it looks like Orosite. That would be the logical conclusion, yes. It's as my parents have explained. The key remains shrouded in mystery. Preservation's augmented it with electrope, but never grasped its technology's underlying principles. To this day, not a single person understands the mechanics of the interdimensional fusion. Not who imbued the key with its power. Not when they did so, or why. Now it makes sense. Calyx can track the key because its vessel was made by preservation. It was a weird voice. I believe there is much we can learn from this room. On our next visit, I will have enlisted Y'shtola's assistance for a thorough investigation. I too am curious about the great many things, but pinning down Calyx's whereabouts is our priority. Okay, so the line before this indicates that yes, we are going to be looking at interdimensional travel. Hopefully there's a security card here that grants us access to the director's office. The research concluded that the research conducted in this lab appears to have been highly confidential in nature. Some of the personnel must have belonged to the organization's upper echelons, and that means higher security clearance. We should spread out and look for any cards left behind. Remember, anything less than a 3 is no good to us. Alright. So I thought the inside of the chalice thing looked like white orosite, but twisted. Hold on. Excuse me. Oh, God, they don't let me walk on anything. So it's just the... I have to sneeze again? What the hell is wrong with me? Sorry, I don't want to sneeze. Shit. Oh my god. Oh shit, they're like making a bunch of them. Why were they making so many vessels? Did the other ones not work properly? Oh, that sneeze really fucked me up. A lone storage crate is filled with document binders and other miscellaneous, none of which are security cards. Oh. This sturdy-looking shelving unit holds the storage crate and no security. Okay. Oh, did you just find a security card? What a stroke of luck. Let's have Shale examine it to be sure. Wow, that was easy. Well, if it isn't exactly what we needed. Nice work, Ryo-Yo. That's suspicious. Oh, level 3! That should get us into the director's office! So, what was it you were hoping to find again, Shale? You were saying that a certain device was going to help us? Okay, for right there, I was like, wait a minute, is she real? Sorry, that sneeze really messed me up. Right, I haven't properly explained myself, have I? I'm looking for a data relay. Go on. After we discovered the abandoned complex. I performed a cursory investigation which detected a connection to an outside network. When I traced the data's routing, I confirmed traffic from the web of Everkeep security cameras. Considering the way Calyx was always one step ahead of us, you must assume he's quietly seized control of the city's surveillance system and has been using it to monitor our activities. To monitor what you and the key holder are planning. Rude. But since Calyx is the ultimate recipient of those transmissions, the flow of data is like a river we can follow back to him. Which is why I needed the data relay. If I can analyze the device and see where it's rerouting all the surveillance traffic, then you can pinpoint Calyx's location. I don't know why I said it like that. Because that sneeze really fucked me up. That said, he has done nothing to impede our progress, which makes me think I might be entirely wrong track. Maybe the reason he isn't stopping us because he can't. Back in the old castle, Calyx said he was measuring Ryoyo's strength. What can he possibly dream up stronger than her? Astidian. Oh, speaking of cameras, there was another thing I meant to mention. I found evidence that someone's deliberately disabled the surveillance feed in this room. The most recent recording was also crudely deleted. I was able to restore the data, though, if you'd like to see it. Yes? I'll start the show then.
Are you really planning to leave?
Yes. The idea of eternal life. It's begun to frighten me.
I struggle to renounce our conventional wisdom. Death is the means by which life prunes its branches, leaving the trunk to grow strong and tall. We die so that our species may flourish.
I kind of liked it in the scratchy, eerie CTV recording, but okay.
What would become of mankind were we to halt that process? If unending stagnation is the fruit of our labor, then perhaps we strive for the wrong thing.
Not the fucking anime protagonist over here. Oh my god, I forgot that hairstyle came out. They were like, we're gonna use it. It's interesting they voiced this, by the way.
Your argument is a rejection of Master Calyx's vision.
I take that personally. Look me in the eye when you say that.
I suppose it is. Perhaps such dread would not plague me, were I capable of sharing his perspective on the subject.
But I cannot.
I love this.
He and I are too different. In too many ways.
I love this perspective. This gives me giddiness.
I lack his extraordinary genius. I had no illness threatening to cut my life short, no singularity of will to cut away all distractions and focus solely upon research.
I have nothing but respect for his determination. The way he overcame his prognosis and seized the means to transcend death itself. But I'm not convinced that this obsession with living is the right path. That's why I've decided to leave preservation and put all my effort towards building a legacy for the next generation to come. Surely you...
Protocol, you understand. There can be no exceptions.
I love how those two were voiced, which I love. No, I do genuinely love that, but this part's not. Like, we can afford two nobodies. We can't afford the cast. Come on. She only wanted to leave, and he executed her. I don't know what her voice is. I checked the images against the personal data, and the man who pulled the trigger was Director Demetrius himself. Everything I could find on him pointed to a deep infatuation with Master Calyx. The cameras in the room have been out of operation ever since the incident. Given that the recording was erased, I can only assume he was trying to conceal his grisly deed from the other researchers. I'm not surprised, given how my parents described their defection from the Institute. They spoke of rushing me through the portal, even as preservation agents closed in on them. I dare not ask what became of them after, but if it turns out they were captured by their pursuers... They were brutally murdered. I'm not saying this. That's false hope shit. They did not regret their actions. Right, the Echo. Knowing you saw them as they were, your words give me great comfort. Oh, Kryl. Worry not, Sphene. Thanks to the Haven of Living Memory, I was at least able to meet my parents and learn what they stood for. It is enough for me to carry on. Even now, we do not know how the conflict unfolded between your parents and Preservation. But what we do know is that your mother and father clearly expunged every last trace of their movements. They made sure that no one could cross into the source and threaten their child's safety. Right, let's press on, shall we? The tale behind the key deserves a fitting conclusion. To the director's office! I'm good at those. Oh my god, I'm still kind of sniffly and it's pissing me off. Alright. Yep, right here. Scanning device. Also, the music the high-pitched ding 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 ding. It's Tuliolo's theme. It's the Dawntrail theme. But like I think some of the notes are pitch changed, but like it's there. I love it. That's the one thing I like about Final Fantasy music for 14 is they do that. They'll take like one string, they'll take one song, use it through the whole thing, but change it. And sometimes it gets really annoying when it's not that different, but like for things like this, I love this. Oh, I see your rabbit butt. What you doing, baby? She's like, I'm not pissed with you. Don't eat the tarp. She just went to her little tarp eating hole. There's a tarp against the brick of the fireplace that they have access to. And one of the little cat stand cubbyhole things has access to the tarp. Now, they have access to the tarp throughout around the whole brick, but she goes into that specifically to eat the tarp. She doesn't eat the tarp on any other point of the tarp. Except in there. And I don't know why. I don't know why. Alright, let's get in here. There we go. There we go. Let's head inside. Now to find the data relay. And don't be shy, everyone. Speak up if anything odd catches your eye. Ryo, come with me. I might have need of that security card. You could just take it with you. I don't mind. I don't need to be that important. I'm being nosy. Is that a plant? I guess. Remember? Oh, it's the cells. The soul cells. Clara, why are you in the corner? Hmm? Oh, apologies. Whoop. I was thinking about the key. That's it? You just thinking about the key? But you're staring at Galuja. Don't drink that. That's alcohol. Is this a Keurig? It's a Keurig! That's fucking hilarious. There are rocks. The rector Demetrius was very particular about how he decorated his office. We've got incense and vases and some kind of gem display? Yeah. What's up with that? Oh, yeah. Oh, and there's like a missing gem. Weird. I hope it comes up. I hope it's not just there for looks. Damn. This terminal isn't connected to any outside networks, so it can't be the data relay I'm looking for. This office is also smaller than the map suggests. I'm positive we're in the right room. What am I missing? Sorry, Ryo. Could I ask you and the others to search the office and any clues of this infuriating puzzle? Yeah, I think we need to stick something in that. Pull the knob! You find crumpled note wedged between two file binders. Secure room lift access. Requires password to be inputted simultaneously in the terminals, the photo lab, and the and the director's office. Perhaps the discovery would be an interest to Shale. A collection of soul cells that once belonged to the director. They appear to be empty. Not so useful. Amongst other personal effects, you find what presumably is the director's data tablet. A closed locker stands next to the table. Examine the data tablet. You pick up the data tablet and begin skimming through the contents. Daily reports. Nothing of note. The mystery of the key's activation condition remains unsolved. The key triggered an explosion today. Temporarily interdimensional portal verified. Continued attempts to stabilize the core's energy reactions. 13 researchers sustained fatal injuries in the explosion. Memory facilities of 4 personnel sufficiently intact for endless conversion. Remaining 9 designated for ether reclamation process. Oh! Nothing of note. Rejected resignations of 2 Malala researchers. Major incident. Detail full report. Those 2 inept Malala broke with preservation and absconded with the key, though the fugitives have since been caught and eliminated. We were too late to recover the relic. They killed him! The only reason we retained our flesh was to serve Master Calyx as physical instruments to conduct his experiments. Deprived of the object of our research, our existence serves no further purpose. I dare not imagine the depths of his disappointment in me. The complex is to be shut down. All personnel will have their bodies reduced to ether, which will be allocated for further experimentation. What the fuck? Oh my god, they just killed everybody! Memory data will be archived. Okay, any endless conversations will be subject to Master Calix's discretion. If he does not deem us fit, then we are not deserving of eternal life. Jesus fuck. Oh! Oh my god! Y'all. I'm like holding my head right now. Oh my god. It's so culty. It's so like, well, we're not worthy, therefore we'll just die for Calix. It's fine. Like, oh my god. And you know, we have to assume that that lady and Kryle's parents weren't the only ones who were resistant. All personnel have undergo processing. Once the shutdown protocols have been completed, I will process my own corporeal dissolution. As long as the key remains in the physical world, we must keep this complex in pristine condition. Whether it be needed for experiments or otherwise, it must be ready to support further operations in whatever capacity Master Calix requires. For that end, the facility equipment will be maintained in stasis mode. Furthermore, the critical component for secure room access will be stored separately to defend against unauthorized entry. We didn't get to do the locker? You only get one or the other? Oh, I'm mad. That's upsetting. What the fuck? I can't open the locker? It's a 4 thingy. Maybe you can't open the locker? Having lain dormant for years, a now active coffee maker is already entering a self-cleaning cycle. It appears to have no other purpose beyond brewing coffee, though it remains to be seen when it will be able to do so once more. Oh, that's kind of sad. Wait, I come back? The door to the locker swings open easily. Oh! Oh! It contains nothing of note. You quietly shut the locker! Oh, God! I love this game! I got fucking Calix jump scared, and your character's just like, the Warrior of Light is just like, nothing to see here. I'm good. Just gonna shut that. Contains nothing of note. You quietly shut the locker. Oh my god. Okay, I'm glad they let you come back to that. That was very weird. I guess it was a glitch. Have you found something? Oh boy, have I found something. Oh, I thought you wanted to hear about the fucking notes I read. That shit was something. Thank you. A misplaced note, was it? With instructions for accessing the secure room. Secured room. I feel like that should be an ED. No less. Seems we need to enter a passcode on 3 different terminals at the same time. There was no such room marked on the map, was there? No. A precautionary measure, no doubt. If passwords are involved, I expect the access lift itself to be concealed too. Concealed? By Electrope, you mean? Ah, could have been the wall. I thought it seemed odd when I walked past. remembered what Kachikia used to say, she'll never trust an electrope surface. Electrope isn't always what it appears to be. I don't know if you can walk right through it. Oh, of course, electrope is how you alter the look of the Solution 9's floors and walls, isn't it? In which case, it shouldn't be too hard to disable. Another door! I've managed to deactivate the projection, but the lock is another story. Didn't that note lay out the password protocol? I say we go ahead and try it. I agree. 2 people should prepare the lab terminals and input while the rest of us look for passwords here in the office. I'll take the proto lab. And I will take the Dirta lab. Dirta lab. Actually, it might be better if you stayed here, Sveen. Your knowledge of Alexandria and its people could be needed here. Yes, well, you're right. If the passwords are hiding behind clues, that may be something I can help with. I can help too. I've lived my whole life in Alexandria after all. I will take the Dirta Lab duty then. We can keep in touch via communicator to match our timing. Aye. You shall have the honor of entering the office password. Once we've determined what it is we need to input, take your place at this terminal. I'll stand by and guide Wook, Lamont, and Kryl through the process. You know, there was the display over there, and one with the gems. I thought since it was made of electrope, it might have some other purpose. But I couldn't find any switches or buttons to make it do anything. Maybe you can figure it out. There's clearly a missing gem. Two jewels embedded in the electrope plate, and you identify a blue gem as a sapphire and a garnet. It appears to be an empty slot for a jewel to fill. Okay, so let's go find a gem. I'm not touching the table. Do you think? You've yet to discover enough clues to deduce the password. Try exploring the immediate area. There's... Wait, what does it say? Take another look. Yeah, open the locker again. Get jump scared. Y'all, it's worse the second time. I didn't hear it the second time because I screamed, but when it opens, it goes... Oh, you can't hear it. It like breathes out. I hate it. I hate it. It's so scary. Daily reports, huh? This is all the stuff I've... Alright, help me out. Solve the puzzle. They say these gems were... Okay, so he solved a Rubik's Cube. They say these gems are treasure... And a gem came out. Has name for the kingdom after them. Here, you should hold on to it just in case. Hey, give me that rock, Galuja. Okay, alright. Getting somewhere. I kind of like this. Like, you're exploring and genuinely, like, trying to... It's almost like a... Not like Resident Evil, because Resident Evil's a horror zombie game, but, like, you know how they have, like, puzzles scattered about? It's, like, attempting to kind of go into that direction. And I honestly don't hate it. Yeah. The gemstones fit snugly into place. Almost immediately afterwards, the glowing lines of the diagram appear on display, accompanying a short phrase. Floor plan of this complex? As you continue studying the display, you realize that the shapes correspond with the rooms of the complex in which you now stand. They may be related to the passwords you were looking for. This slot contains a sapphire. It's the place of the floor it corresponds with the proto-lab. This contains a garnet, place with the Dawntrail lab. Oh shit, I didn't hit that. Damn it. Didn't realize I can click on that. The glowing words appear to be handwritten. Yes, I knew that jewel would come in handy. Let me see. Heed the stones. That must be about the special meaning Alexandrians have for gems. It's an old belief, I think, where each type of gem means a different... I bet if you ask Sphene, she could tell you more about it. After all, even her name comes from a gemstone. Yeah, Sphene? The fuck? Okay. Sphene! Yes? Have you questions? You need only ask. The symbolism of Android? Protection. Well, I was taught that Alexandrite represents the concept of protection. It is incidentally also the origin of Alexandria's name. Oh, are you thinking this has something to do with the password? Yeah, there's like some rocks and shit. I need help. Sapphire and garnet as well, you say? Yes, they all have meanings. Alexandrite is for protection, sapphire is honesty, and garnet is devotion. We should try these words at the terminal to see if they're accepted. Alright. Mine is protection. She's at the Protolab, sapphire. Oh. Mine's protection. Fuck. Was hers honesty? Devotion? Protection. Right. We have 3 passwords ready. Now to enter the system at the same time. I think I did it right. I hope. She's on a little step stool. Oh, it's so cute. Yes! I'm so glad it worked. That secure room is the only place we have yet to search. If the data relay is anywhere, it has to be there. We'll venture in as soon as Wicklemont and Kryl rejoin us. Alright, everyone. Time to board the lift and see what awaits us. I'm so glad I actually decided to do it on this stream because it'd break my image. There's like a
This
coffee.
terminal doesn't look special to me, but this is definitely what we're after?
There's like a coffee next to that thing. Someone's been here recently.
It is, but whether or not it will suffice for our purposes is another question.
The Endless are created using the memories of the deceased. But as memories are, in essence, collections of data, the resultant entities have no physical form. These data entities, as we might call them, have only two methods for interacting with the material world. One of these we saw in Living Memory, where the Endless are granted temporary bodies through the use of corporeal ether. They become much like solid ghosts that one can see and touch.
Kind of like how everyone was in Shadowbringers, right? You could essentially call them Endless, except they were kind of working... Their corporeal ether probably came from their connection to their bodies, and as they stayed longer, they were running out of ether. I think that's actually... may explain a lot of it, if that's true.
The other method, which Kafkiwa employed, is the remote operation of a machine. But where do you suppose the Endless are to be found when not inhabiting a physical body?
A hard drive?
The
Solid
Endless
state?
are memories, and if memories are data, then...
A computer. Inside a electrode somewhere? I don't know. I was gonna say a computer.
Yes, we suspect they reside in a virtual domain, one contained entirely within an electrope-based machine. We've seen such a realm before, after all.
Oh, you mean like the Alexandria made from the Endless Fiend's memories? It all seems so real.
So this virtual domain, it would also be housed within the Meso Terminal?
But how? I thought we shut down all the terminals in Living Memory.
You did. And Kafkiwa's program performed just as she intended. The Meso Terminal itself was deactivated, as evidenced by the failure of the device which was keeping Spheen's body in stasis. Be that as it may, we face a master of electrope engineering. That he managed to partition and protect a sector harboring his own memories is well within the bounds of possibility.
Let us say that the Meso Terminal does indeed contain a second domain, and that Calyx himself resides there. This city, on the other hand, exists here in the Source.
Wait, hold up. Meso Terminal does indeed contain a second domain.
That being the case, I thought perhaps we could prevent his remote interference by closing the gate to the Golden City, and thus severing the connection between worlds.
Except I tried to close it once already when I visited Living Memory. The process required administrative authorization, a restriction I assumed at the time had been imposed by the Queen.
But now you think Calyx might be responsible.
Just as I suspected. Even now, security transmissions from throughout the Keep are being tapped by the core system and routed elsewhere. Almost every single one has you as its focus. He's keeping track of the keyholder's movements.
Time's up, and what a waste of time it's been.
You're just mad I'm prettier than you. God.
Hoping to find me by tracing security data? That will not be necessary. Through a not inconsiderable effort, I've taken your measure and prepared a force sufficient to subdue you. Come. I invite you to the upper reaches of the Meso Terminal. The storage device which holds my memories is there. Break the memory bank and victory is yours. I, in turn, will seek to wrest the key from you with any and every means at my disposal.
Finally, let's put an end to this bitch. Too bad we're gonna do it tomorrow.
And if we refuse this invitation?
I will wait and continue to convert Alexandrians into Endless. Consider the urgency of the situation and make the wiser choice.
You know, I just realized this guy is an Endless, right? So he's like all data. Why did he choose to still look like a piece of shit patient? Take that tube out your neck. You don't need it. You're just data.
Answer me one question, Calyx. The Endless Fiend. When she was queen, you had her face an impossible task, then manipulated her into using the key when she was at her most desperate. If you can do all that, then why not whisk it away when her plans went to ruin? Why let it fall into our hands?
You pour salt in the wound. That disaster was a miscalculation on my part. As her end drew near, Sphene and her restructured memories have become one with the terminal's control systems. In that singular place, in that singular moment, she wielded an authority greater than mine. Thus she was able to shield you, the neighboring sovereign to whom she entrusted her nation's future, and the hero to whom she entrusted that priceless key.
I don't care. Endless Fiend sucks. I like real
To what
Fiend.
degree she perceived my presence, but she knew that someone was watching. Does that satisfy your curiosity?
Yeah, actually. Lesbians. They were roommates.
It does. And I'm satisfied that you will take nothing more from this nation. Not one more life, not one more future, not one single smile from another child's face. You hear me? Sorry for losing my temper, but there's only one way we can deal with people like Calyx. Whatever grand future he envisions, someone will be made to pay the price. And I won't let that happen.
Yeah, I'll be supportive. I'm with you. Fuck this guy.
If I may, I realize it is not my place to say this.
Can I just say, they animated a lip tremble in that? That was so good. I love it when an artist who's responsible for animating facial expressions and stuff, or like anything, right? And does like little things to improve the experience and the convincing of what we're being shown, right? A little eye twitch, right? A little sleight of hand movement, the lip tremble, the slight eye lid movement. They've been doing it a lot lately, and like since Dawntrail, and I think technically Endwalker too, but I've really noticed it in Dawntrail. It makes me so happy, and I hate it because people like don't notice it, and I'm like, someone put their heart and soul into making that very convincing and very, you know, subtly natural. I just love it so much, and I'm so glad I can appreciate it. I am so glad I can appreciate it, you know. And maybe it's just because, like, as an artist, I'm trained to be perspective, like, to actively analyze what I'm looking at visually. I don't know. But I have been thoroughly enjoying the animation and cutscenes in this game. And now I'm starting to notice the camera choices and the depth of field choices, right? Like, there's no depth of field going on right now. It's all very clean, whatever. But, like, when they focus on a character to make them pop out from the background, they'll blur the background. Such a good use when they use it correctly. Ugh. Right? There's a part where Shale's on the computer and she's blurred and they're not, and then it switches seamlessly and very well, like, timed. I just... I'm eating good over here. Because I love that shit. And, you know... It's like when you get a really good voice line, right? To this day, and, you know, I'm going to replay that part eventually in my other two characters. But as far as I remember, one of my favorite voice lines in this game is Ardbert in the Heavensward patches. Yeah, we gotta go way back. Where it's the end of the Heavensward patches. They steal the eye because you throw it over the bridge. You and Alphino throw that bitch. They're like, yeet! So they steal it, right? And you come face to face with Ardbert and his crew. And he's like, it's like, no matter what we did, right, we fought, and that, like, the way he delivers that line is so good. Like, you can feel it in the voice, his desperation, and his hurt, and his, like, exhaustion, and it's such a good line, delivered expertly. It's shit like that. That gives me the same feeling when I see the little, like, facial movements or changes or whatever. It's so good. I eat that shit up. That is, like, such a good director choice of the voice acting. The voice actor did such a good job, right? Delivering that line. All of these animation choices. I may not like every part of this game, and not even close either. There's a lot I can gripe with and have bitched about, right? Endless Fiend, I hated that bitch the moment she popped up, right? But I will never, like, tarnish a part that, like, I'll never allow that to take away so much where it's like, well, I didn't recognize this gold I'm getting delivered. I don't know. The game's clearly got ups and downs and things I like and things I don't, but, oh, man. Artistically, going in the absolute correct direction of, like, upping the production of what we're looking at, right? Taking the time to put in these little motions. Ugh. And you know what? They did go back and revoice some of Wuklamot's spots where it should have required a little more energy, right? There's the part where you fight Queen Sphene, and she's like, Sphene! Don't! They redid it. They actually redid it. They went back to the booth and redid it. And I'm gonna tell you right now, that voice acting, we've seen this voice actor or heard this voice actor do other lines that are really good in other content. People have proven it. They put it up. They're like, yeah, no, it's not the voice actor. She can deliver, like, an emotionally intense, delivery. So for me, and I kind of knew this from the beginning, but I'm like, the director is supposed to say that's the take, the voice director, so why would the voice director be like, that's the take on a lot of these lines? So whoever voice directed Dawntrail, you need to go, bro. Get a new job. That's my bone to pick on this. Writing is a whole different thing. It is what it is. But regardless, I'm getting distracted again, because I just saw that and I'm like, mwah! Love it. The little lip tremble from holding in crying.
Even so, I must thank you both. On behalf of my other self, allow me to say how grateful I am to have you as our champions.
The way they were, like, making this look, I thought it would be voice. Phew. Well, that wasn't an adventure. It may have not been by the method Shale was hoping for, but at least we know where to find Galax and what we need to do next. Indeed. While I remain curious about Preservation's research into the key, that is an investigation for another day. Krile, your parents were murdered. Then let's head straight for the back room. We should get everyone on the same page before we make our move. Okay, I'm done. Alright. Damn that bastard Calyx. He waited until I was this close before snatching away my moment of triumph. In that infuriating, condescending way he spoke to us. We'll see whose time is up, you smug little weasel. Damn, girl. Get it. Get that boy. Wring his neck. Twist his dick off. God, that VOD is so funny. Anyway, I know things didn't go as planned, but we learned a great deal about preservation. And that knowledge could come in handy in the days to come. Though I may not be able to contribute much to the direct confrontation, I mean to see this through with you all, providing whatever support I can. Alright, we are ending it there. I'm glad I did do another quest, even though it's not 5 and 5, it's 6 and 4. But I know that the trial and dungeon that may come before the end is going to take a while, so it's fine that I did extra today. Also, I'm glad we finished that section. Very good. I actually really like that section. It was actually really cool because, like, there's no other section kind of like that. Also, that locker jump scare, bro. Get out of here. That shit was funny and horrifying. Fucking, I did not realize Final Fantasy was a horror game. But no. I'm enjoying this patch, actually. I usually enjoy the patches more than I enjoy the, expansions. Like, my favorite content is the Stormblood patches. And they do such... Tommy, calm down. I think just growled his butt off. And I think Stormblood patches are the few patches that actually combine the two, going into Shadowbringers and ending Stormblood at the same time, right? Because... Oh, well, ARR kind of does that, right? They do the Crystal Braves thing, and then you get pretty much slingshotted into Heaven's Ward. Not because there's an issue up there, but because you have to flee. I mean, there is an issue there, but, like, you have to flee, so you go to your only other friend. Your only friend, really, because everyone else sees you as a tool at that point. Like I said, the Scions are terrible friends. Thancred is the only one, and he gets punished for being... you know, a good guy compared to the other Scions. The other Scions are not... They needed to touch a little more grass, all I'm saying. And then Heaven's Ward does, right, it does 3 patches, ends Heaven's Ward, right, we get rid of Nidhogg, blah, blah, blah. And then we take the rest of the patches to build up to Stormblood, right? Oh, where's the rest of the Scions? We gotta deal with Ilberd. Oh my god, the Garleans are coming up to the wall from Alamigo. Hey, guess where we're going next? Alamigo. Right? But then Stormblood's patches, you're still dealing with the aftermath of Alamigo being occupied, establishing an Alamigan government, and then realizing Garlemald is going to come back. Because, like, they're going to take this sitting down. So, that's still technically... If it's part of the war, for me, it's Stormblood. And you have to deal with the Garleans attacking in a full-blown force against the Alliance. all the way up to the end of the patches, because everyone gets taken, and everyone starts getting taken, which is the setup for Shadowbringers, right? One by one, or two, or whatever, halfway through those patches. And then the Alizé's the last one to go, and she gets taken in, like, the last patch. While you're in the middle of the war. Right? Like, it's so good. It's so fucking good. So they blended that very well. And the end of it is really like, who is it? Elf boy? What's your name? Emmerich. He's like, we got this. You tend to your own. We got this, right? So the war finally is like, don't worry, Warrior of Light. We will handle our own nation-fighting nation. We don't need you. So you can go deal with your own shit and you can get your friends back. And then the end of Shadowbringers is dealing with the Ascians. But it really is just you come back. You deal with the Ascian, the last full Ascian. You come back from the first. You get your friends back from the first. And then that's it for, right, it's very sectioned off. And then it's like, okay, now we're gonna prep up to Endwalker. Here's Fan Daniel. Bitch. And then for the end of Endwalker is ended at Endwalker, and then you just do 5 patches of a new adventure. Like a mini adventure. And then a half a patch to lead up to Dawntrail. So I don't even know what I'm talking about. But I always enjoy the patches more, except for Endwalker. The Endwalker patches, it's its own thing. I'd say it's practically like a mini expansion because it's its own story. Where Endwalker is one of my favorite expansions. Yes, I understand Harshifon's not in it, so it's inferior to Heavensward, but everyone's like, Shadowbringers is my favorite. I think Endwalker's better. I just do. That's not to say Shadowbringers is bad. I just like Endwalker better. They both have bad parts in them. Every expansion does. I hate the moon. I hate the fucking moon. Telling me to walk around the cracky ass moon. Fucking bullshit. But Shadowbringers is really good though, but that's because I love Emmett. But you get Emmett and Endwalker too. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I'm thoroughly enjoying this patch. Thoroughly enjoying this patch. Yeah, so that's the thing about Dawntrail. It's like, it's kind of like ARR. Is the payoff going to be worth it? Yeah, I'm enjoying it. Also, holy shit, that whole section where you have to find the clues, and like, if you read the data, it's so fucked up. God, I forget how fucked this story can get sometimes, but you gotta, like, you know, realize it and read it. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I will see you guys tomorrow. We are going to finish 7.3. Because the patches aren't long. But yeah, we'll finish 7.3. And then next week will be, I think, Liza P DLC. But yep, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, everyone.